brother? Mainstream media? Government cover-ups? You want answers? Well, so does he. He's Alex Jones of GCN Radio Network. And now, live from Austin, Texas, Alex Jones.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. We're going to be live for the next 2 hours at prisonplanet.tv, simulcasting this Thursday, January 8th, 2009 edition. This attempt to awaken the population to the overarching world psychological dictatorship that's run by the New World Order. The next hour and a half, we're honored to be joined by one of the most sought-after speakers on radio and in person, filmmaker, best-selling author, David Icke, also championship goalie in his own right. Of course, BBC News presenter before his startling Saul on the road to Damascus transformation, literally being knocked off his horse with a revelation. And in the last 15, 16, 17 years, he has spoken to millions of people around the world, and we're honored to have him again for the next hour and a half to talk about the current world economic crisis being engineered and how this is really going to force an even faster awakening to this tyranny. So, David Icke, it is great to have you joining us here from England.
Thank you, Alex.
This is a short segment, but what are some of the things you want to discuss and go over today?
Well, certainly we talk about the financial situation because, for me, what we're looking at is a similar situation to when they have a controlled demolition of a building and the charges go off and you see the flashes. And then, extraordinarily, there's that split second when nothing seems to happen. And then the whole thing crashes. And for me, where we are in this economic engineered collapse is in that split second before the whole thing starts to collapse. And, when you think that within that split second, they have already thrown grotesque amounts of money at the banks. The interest rates in America are basically down to zero. They've just come down in England today to the lowest ever in the history of the Bank of England, 1.5%, and none of it is working. And therefore, when you've thrown all your bullets at the situation and they're not working, and we're not even into it yet to the level it's coming, then we've got a lot of challenges to face. But as you say, Alex, there's a word in Chinese, I think, that means both danger and opportunity, and this is a danger from the system as we perceive it now and through our lives, but it's a wonderful opportunity to change the system.
In the time we have left in this first segment, I want to get your response, since the last time we had you on, to, it's got to be more than 400 articles I've seen. If you Google the term New World Order and put it into the news section, not web, but news, the last time I checked, it was 4,600 news articles, but I only, over the last few months, have read, I know it's more than 300. It's 10 or 15 a day I see without looking. Financial Times, London, Wall Street Journal, Der Spiegel, all the major publications of record of the establishment, the Bilderberg, run of their editor-in-chief, of course, is Bilderberg, Mr. Wolf. Times of London, Financial Times saying, and now for world government. And they say, we set it up in secret. It's for your own good. We'll save you from the financial collapse when they engineered it. And they go on to say that we're going to pay carbon taxes on all our activities to them. So Kissinger came out this week and said we need to use this crisis for a new world order. I mean, they're really, like you said, emerging, and you've always said, and others have said, at the point of emerging, that is when you know they're finally going for broke, because now they can't cloak it anymore. They've got to come out in the open.
No, there was always a time when what they were doing covertly had to break the surface because they want to change society and the image that they want to change society. So we have to eventually see it in our face, and that's what we're seeing. And of course, those of us like you and me and many others who've been warning about this for so long, it's unfolding in such a blatantly predictable way. This engineered collapse is there as a massive problem through which you offer the solution, and the solutions are the infrastructure we've been predicting all this time, including the World Central Bank. They've not used that term yet, but they will. They're talking about
actually they have, David.
Architecture.
Actually, they have mentioned a new World Central Bank. You may have missed it. Stay there. David Icke. We'll be back after this quick break to go over all of this. Please stay with us.
Doctors around the world
claim that cancer and other diseases cannot live in a pH-balanced alkaline environment. But as you know, most people are overly acidic due to stress, acidic diet, and lack of exercise. pH balance is the foundation of energy abundance and perfect health, as well as prevention of disease. People who alkalize the water they drink experience normalized blood sugar, mental clarity, and loss of weight. It was intended for human beings to drink alkaline water, but due to modern way of life, most people are overly acidic. The fact is that disease simply cannot exist in an alkaline environment. Fat accumulates if a person consumes too much acid on a regular basis and doesn't neutralize it. Do your part. Alkalize and supercharge your body now. AlkaVision Plasma pH drops contain a special mineral salt concentrate that raises the pH of the water you drink up to the pH of 10 with only 10 drops. Order your bottle of AlkaVision Plasma pH drops now by going directly to alkavision.com. Again, that's alkavision.com.
Terror Storm, a history of government-sponsored terror. Loose Change Final Cut. Endgame, Blueprint for Global Enslavement. The True Story of the Bilderberg Group. The Late Great USA. America, Freedom to Fascism. These are just a few of the hundreds of powerful documentary films and books available at truthnews.us and prisonplanet.com. When you visit prisonplanet.com, you can connect to our amazing online store. Whether you're looking for survival and wellness products like Berkey water filters, or you would like a book on the history of the Federal Reserve, we've got the most well-researched and documented titles, all available at prisonplanet.com. Or if you'd like, you can the InfoWars store a call at 888-253-3139. Or you can view more than 1,000 titles in super high quality right now at prisonplanet.tv. Knowledge is power, and the information you need to effectively wake up your fellow man and fight the New World Order is available right now at truthnews.us and prisonplanet.tv. Join the InfoWar today. Have you ever thought about what's in your shampoo, soap, or detergent? How about chlorides, dyes, ethanol, sulfates, sodium, formaldehydes, and more? Even fragrance can indicate the presence of some 4,000 separate ingredients, most of which are synthetic. Hi, this is Alex Jones. I was shocked when I discovered I could be inhaling these additives that can lead to coughing, wheezing, shortness of breath, headaches, nausea, irritation of the skin, and mucous membranes. Now compare Calben Pure Soap. All natural, earth-friendly, no harsh chemicals, no animal testing. They're safe. You save 85% of the money you're spending on cleaning products now. Start saving over $1,000 a year for your family of 4. Keep it natural. Call Calben Pure Soap for a free catalog at 1-800-340-7091 or log on to 5starsoap.com. Try Calben Pure Soaps, and I'll bet you'll never use any other cleaning products again. Call 1-800-340-7091 for all your cleaning needs.
He's the Durex of political talk. Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network.
We are live, blasting out on the AM and FM dial, simulcasting on global shortwave, the internet at Infowars.com and PrisonPlanet.com, and streaming live at PrisonPlanet.tv. Don't forget the free podcast you can go sign up for free at Infowars.com. Listen page. Okay, David Icke, continuing, for more than 15 years, you've talked about how the private financial banks would engineer a crisis and then out of that bring in their world government. They have said, as we were getting to before we went to break, at the G20 summit, a new world financial system with a world financial bank where you will pay your carbon credits directly to them. I remember seeing that in the Financial Times of London and other places. They are now moving us towards that. So it looks like their system's imploding and that they're laying off all these financial workers. That's because they don't need the little bees to gather people's investments. They're now stealing the pension funds. We're now, the West is in negative savings. So they need to destroy the old system to build their new system. Problem, reaction, solution. Break that down for us, David Icke.
Yeah, they're talking in Europe, people like Sarkozy and Gordon Brown, about a new global financial architecture, which is all, of course, all well speak for this centralized financial system that will dictate the whole of global finance from central point. This is what they've been working towards. And it's important to stress that, you know, when people see the banking system collapsing, that they think it's bad for the bankers. Well, it's bad for the bankers who lose their jobs, like you say, the bees. But it's not bad for the people who own the system. And this is the point. The families that we're talking about own the system. So if they owned the National Football League, they couldn't care less if one team beats this team or that team beats another team, because they own the game. They can't lose. So when this bank goes down or that bank goes down or this bank's